Well, guys, this is absolutely hilarious, folks. This is super funny. Communist man will say whatever to get elected. Now, we know that New York City just elected a socialist, a communist, to be the next mayor of their city, folks. And those people want communism. When do they want it? They want it now. But folks, it seems like the Iron Curtain is already falling before Zoran Mandami even gets into office. Boy, this clip right here, guys, I'm pretty sure his voters are going to be furious. Because what did Zoran Mandami actually run on? He ran on free stuff, and guess what? That's falling apart. He also ran on Trump derangement. He said he was going to Trump-proof New York City. But guess what, folks? The Trump-proof in New York City, oh boy, that is falling apart fast. Falling apart fast. And pretty much this is by the own words of Zoran Mandami. Yes, I do expect the Trump administration to conduct ICE raids in New York City. And what is Zoran Mandami going to do about it? Probably absolutely nothing. He doesn't have the authority whatsoever, man. Now, I believe the communism is really going to come via executive order within his powers. Kathy Hochul has already shot down a lot of his communist agenda that he wants to implement in New York City. And we know, folks, she is in a tough situation right now. The left is coming after her. If she doesn't bend the knee to Mandami's communist policies, she's going to be out of there. Someone's telling me, guys, she may get primaried next year. And those primaries, man, they're coming fast. Very, very fast. But look at this, man. Zoran Mandami was actually, I believe, speaking with somebody in the media. And guess what? He's bending the knee to President Trump. Yes, he's bending the knee to King Trump. Yes, he's going to kiss the ring, folks. This man said that he's going to call President Trump on day one. Yeah, his communist voters didn't expect that. Didn't expect that because he ran on Trump derangement. And this is why these people probably voted for him. They wanted Trump derangement. They're still going to get a lot of communism, folks, via executive order. Oh, trust me, that's going to happen. New York City, crime's going to be out of control. And then I'm pretty sure Trump is going to come in and take over New York City with the National Guard. Because he's not playing around when it comes to crime. Trump is the law and order president. So Mandami, man, his hands are tied. Remember, he's a mayor. He's not a governor. He's not the president. He's a mayor. So his hands are tied. But his voters, I guess, they didn't realize the limits to his power. Let's go ahead and get in this, guys. Here we go. Right here. NYC Mayor-elect Comrade Zoran Mandami to call Trump. Relationship will be critical to the success of the city. Now, one thing that Mandami is going to need, he's going to need federal dollars. And guess what? He's off to a bad start with Trump already. And Trump has already said that. Yeah, Trump can actually hold back quite a bit of money to New York City. And Mandami, he doesn't want that. So now he's going to kiss the ring of King Trump. Now, the left has called him a king. I'm just using their words. That's why they have these no kings protests out there, right? Look here. It says, New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mandami explained that the relationship he has with President Donald Trump will be critical to the success of the city and added that he plans to call Trump before taking office. Okay, so before taking office. Okay. During an interview with NBC New York's Melissa Russo, Mandami, a Democratic socialist, which is just a socialist, by the way, communist, spoke about how as mayor of NYC, he will, quote, be proactive in the work he does. Mandami also expressed that it was important to be able to open to working with anyone, regardless of the disagreements you have with them. Now, how well is he actually going to play with President Trump? I don't know. But President Trump is more powerful than Zoran Mandami. he better play nice. And boy, something's telling me, guys, Mandami's going to have like a single digit approval rating. That's what he's going to have. He's going to have a single digit approval rating. He duped his voters, folks. He duped his voters. This is what these communists do, man. Let's go ahead and listen into this clip right here, guys. Here we go.
I will be proactive in the work that I do, and I think that is because of the responsibility I hold to 8.5 million people of being their mayor. It is important that you are open to working with anyone, no matter what disagreements you may have. And I've said this when it pertains to President Trump, that if President Trump wants to speak about lowering the cost of living or delivering cheaper groceries like he ran on, I'm there to have that conversation. The distinction will be that previous administrations have looked to have that conversation to the benefit of themselves and the expense of the people that we look to serve.
Understood, but do you plan to call President Trump?
I will be reaching out to the White House and as we prepare to actually take office, because this is a relationship that will be critical to the success of the city.
So it wasn't just a hypothetical scenario on our debate stage.
No.
You're actually going to call him. What will you say?
Well, I'll say that I'm here to work for the benefit of everyone that calls the city home, and that wherever there is a possibility for working together towards that end, I'm ready. And if it's to the expense of those New Yorkers, I will fight it. I will.
Yeah, this man has backstabbed his voters. Yeah, this is hilarious, folks. This is absolutely hilarious, man. Now, Mandami caught a bunch of heat from his victory speech. He was definitely sounding like a communist, folks. A big-time communist. And even the communist Van Jones came out and criticized him, saying that's not the Mandami we saw before. That was the real Mandami, folks. And maybe he actually listened to some of these people on the left that were criticizing him for that. Now he needs to soften his tune and change his tone a little bit. But guess what, man? Those radicals, those left-wing radicals, they don't want to hear this, man. Let's look at some of the comments, man, right here. It says, here we go. Promises everything, delivers nothing, blames others. Commie playbook. Yeah. Another one says, live stream the call. This should be interesting. Yeah, this should be very interesting, folks. Because I believe he's going to get a lot of heat for talking to Trump. Man, these leftists, man, they don't want him to talk to Trump. You know what? Maybe he actually won't talk to Trump. Maybe he won't. But because, guys, I really do think that Trump is going to come out on top in this. Trump controls the money that can actually go to New York City. And if Mandami doesn't play right, then he won't get anything. And we know Mandami, the major thing Mandami actually wants to fight for, he wants to fight for these illegals in New York City. Yeah, the criminals out there. I think day one, when Mandami actually takes office, there needs to be multiple ICE raids across New York City and see what Mandami does. Yeah. Look here. Oh, this is funny, man. Look at this meme right here. Congrats, Zora Mandami, U-Haul Salesman of the Year. Bro thinks too much of himself. YDF with the president talk to a city mayor. He's going to try to ask for federal funding for his communist policies and not receive them and blame his horrible policies that got him elected on Trump. Yeah, I believe that's a major part of this, folks. A major part of this. Now, Kathy Hochul has already sidestepped him on this, on the buses and stuff like that, raising taxes, said, nah, we ain't going to do that. Maybe he's actually going to beg Trump for money for his communist agenda. And when he doesn't get it, he's going to blame Trump. But he's going to be in a losing situation here, guys. Blaming Trump for that? Nah. Mandami, man, he is a salesman. He's a salesman. He's very well spoken. I got to give him credit on that. He's very well spoken. Like, when it comes to like Brandon Johnson in Chicago, that guy sucks at speaking. Mandami can actually speak. It's a bunch of communism, but he can speak. But you need to actually listen between the BS, because he's a BS salesman. He's just like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom can also speak, but he's full of BS. That's what he is. Let's see here. This one here says, Mandami's sudden urge to dial Trump is pure theater. The same guy who mocked Hanukkah, faked blackness for clout, and pushed sanctuary policies that invited federal lawsuits now wants to play statesman. Please. His entire outreach is damage control after turning NYC into a magnet for chaos. Remember when Schumer and Jeffries wouldn't touch his radical agenda? Now he's scrambling to hide the disaster he created, unqualified, unaccountable, and utterly unfit. Calling Trump won't erase the fact that Mandami's ideology has already put the New Yorkers at risk. ICE isn't the threat. His incompetence is. Yeah. So, guys, there you have it, man. Mandami wants to reach out to Trump. Boy, I believe this phone call should actually be made public. I really do. I want to see the whole thing from when Mandami actually dials the number to Trump actually answering. That phone call could be gold, man. It could be gold. I want to hear it. I really want to hear it, folks. Boy, the Mandami regime, the communism is not off to a great start. And those people that voted for Mandami, man, they want their communism now. Doesn't look like they're going to get much of it, though. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.